Hey there folks, Neil here from I Will Always Love Video Games. Right now, outside, it's raining. It's dark, it's damp, it's dreary, it's depressing. In other words, it's a perfect day to stay inside and play some video games. Now, over the past couple of days, I did a little bit of game chasing. I gave myself a strict budget of $30, and I hit up a couple of different places. I went to 2 Goodwills, a flea market, a surplus store, and a pawn shop that I had never been in before. And boy, did I find some good stuff there. And the amount of stuff that I got for as little as I spent is pretty astonishing. And of course, I want to share it all with you. So let's get started. First off, I came across a couple of Street Fighter comic books. And why did I grab these? Because it's Street Fighter! It's Udon Publishing! The art's incredible! And of course, it's got Cammy White. If it has Cammy, I have to have it. So I grabbed those. And I also grabbed, for my son, because I'm always looking for stuff for him too, a highlights game with a bunch of mini-games on it. And a game based on the Magic School Bus. And the weird thing is, he just started watching the Magic School Bus this past week on Netflix. I didn't ask him to do it, he just came across it on his own and he liked it. So to find this was just sheer luck and perfect timing. I'm sure he'll enjoy this one. Then I went to the surplus store, the same surplus store where I found my copy of Peggle Knights, and I came across a couple of items there. First off, I found Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Volume 2. I already owned Volume 1, and even though I didn't care for this one as much as I loved the dark, serious one that was on ABC, which is the much better cartoon, for a couple of bucks, I thought, what the hell? It's Sonic. Gotta go fast. And I also grabbed this out of sheer curiosity, because it looks kind of crappy. And I like really good games, but I also like games that are so bad that they're good, especially for a fair price. And I found this. Marvel Action Pack. Get 10 arcade-style casual games starring your favorite Marvel heroes. These look like Flash games. And they don't look like very good Flash games either. I mean, look at it. Look. So out of pure morbid curiosity, I grabbed this. I can't wait to try it out. I'm sure they'll be very simplistic, but who knows? They could be fun. There are Flash games that are fun. But to put Flash games on a disc and charge retail prices... Come on, Marvel. Then I ended up going to, like I said, a pawn shop that I'd never been in before. And there was a ton of stuff there. A huge, nice stack. And even though some of these have pricings on them, like $5 or whatever, I did not spend that. I ended up spending about $1 or even less on some of these games. And here's what I got from that pawn shop. First off, Battleship, the video game. Not based on the movie, based on the actual board game. No FPS garbage there. A copy of Warcraft 2, Battle.net Edition. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Die Hard Trilogy. Yippee-ki-yay, mother... Yeah. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, Island Thunder. I've actually never played this, but it's a Tom Clancy game, so more than likely, it's going to be good. Along with that was another Tom Clancy game, the Urban Operations Pack for Rainbow Six Rogue Spear. I own Rogue Spear, but I didn't have this, so I have new content! Yay! Lord of the Rings, War of the Ring. I grabbed it just because. Who knows if I'll even play it. CSI, Dark Motives. I'm not big on these forensic shows or games. I'm not big on CSI or NCIS or Bones or any of that kind of crap. But I have a very close friend who is into this kind of stuff, the forensic crime-solving stuff. So this game is intact. All 3 discs are here, and I'm going to be giving it to him. So if you're watching, buddy, and you know who you are, you're getting this. Enjoy it. And the last thing that I got at this pawn shop is pretty cool. It's a somewhat sealed copy of SWAT 3. I say somewhat sealed because, as you can see, it's got a little hole right here, and it's got a tear in the back. If this were completely sealed, I would leave it completely sealed. But the fact that it's, you know, already partially ripped open, oops, I'm going to go ahead and open it and play it. All of that came from a pawn shop that I'm definitely going back to see. Then I went to the first Goodwill. I have two in my area. And every so often, especially on Sundays, they have special sales. Sometimes it's like $2 off your order, your purchase, or 20% off your purchase, whatever. This particular day, they were having a store-wide everything 50% off. So I happened to grab these, and every single one of these games in this stack cost me 50 cents. That's it. And I grabbed from that Goodwill Guild Wars Game of the Year edition. Tribes 2, not too shabby. Oh no, I showed the key. Not worried about that. And then there was, at this Goodwill, a huge stack of combat sims, flight sims, military games. Someone brought in a ton of military games. And even though I didn't grab them all, there were still a few that caught my eye that I ended up grabbing. Such as the Art of War, Art of War, the Operational Art of War, excuse me. 1 and 2 by Talonsoft. Again, 50 cents each. Close Combat, A Bridge Too Far. A Bridge Too Far. FA-18, Korea. And Tiger Shark. Not the shark, and not the X-Men villain. All of those were 50 cents a piece. I also found at that Goodwill something pretty cool, and this cost me $1. It's a demo disc. It's a PlayStation demo disc, and it's got Crash Bash and Spyro Year of the Dragon. And the only reason I grabbed it is because I thought that this was a cute little promotional item, because it has a little pop-up Crash and a little pop-up Spyro. The fact that this is still intact and the disc is in great shape, I thought it was pretty cool for $1 just to have, you know, just to hang on to. And Spyro's cool. I collect some Spyro stuff, and my wife loves Spyro, so this was an instant purchase. And that was the first Goodwill. The second Goodwill yielded something really great. The second Goodwill that I went to had this. It has 3 SimCity games: SimCity Classic, Sim Tower, and Sim Isle. And they're all on one disc. This box was $3. Now, I knew that those games were only on one disc, and it had a couple of manuals. But when I picked this up, the sides were taped up. You can still kind of hear the tape that's on there. I didn't take all of it off yet. And the box was like bulging up in the center, really bulging. And I thought, what the hell did they cram into this thing? Did they like fold up the manual or something? And I was, you know, kind of like, what the hell? But I also figured, you know, the box is in pretty good shape, and for $3 I'm getting 3 games, so it's worth buying. So I bought it, brought it home, slid it open, cut open the sides with the tape, and it popped open. And inside this thing, along with the games that it already had, was a copy of SimCity 2000 crammed in there. This is now my 4th copy of this game, counting the one that I have on goodoldgames.com. And even though it didn't fit the theme, someone crammed the Amazon Trail in there. Okay? My guess is that someone who worked there thought, I'm going to go ahead and grab a whole bunch of games and use my employee discount or whatever and grab it all at once. And they crammed these games in this box and was going to, you know, maybe they were going to grab it at the end of the day or something. But sorry, if that was the case, you were too slow. I have your games now. 5 games for $3, not bad at all. They also had a couple of console games. Nothing special, but pretty cool to find nonetheless. Blinks, the Time Sweeper for the OG Xbox. This was an okay game. I played it before. And I've actually never played this. Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro-Am. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but yet I've never played this. The last time I played an Aqua Teen game was a mobile game that was on phones before smartphones, where you had to fill this little meter up to a certain spot, and it would send Meatwad flying across the screen. If anyone out there knows the name of that game, please let me know, because I'd like to try to find a copy of it and play it again. It was kind of crummy, and cheap, but it was still a lot of fun, and it got me through some late nights when I used to work security overnight. But this, I've never played it. I'm dying to play it now. Why? Because it has Meatwad. And as everyone knows, Meatwad is the shit. If you don't like Meatwad and you like the show, then yeah, you're not watching the show properly, because you're supposed to like Meatwad. That's for sure. So, that's going to be cool. And as promised, quite a while ago, I did find some retro stuff, because I'm looking out for more retro games, not just PC games. And I came across a few. I went into a place that had a couple of Game Boy games, and they had Kicks, however you want to pronounce it. I know, I already own this, but this one's in a little bit better shape, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple copies of a game. So I grabbed that for $1. Then I grabbed this because it just looked interesting. Racin' Rats by Tycho RC and Mattel. I have no idea what this is. I bought it out of sheer curiosity, and I'm going to have to check it out at some point. In the Game Boy department, they also had The New Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley, and Mary-Kate and Ashley Portable Planner, or Pocket Planner. No, I did not buy those. No, sorry. Then, the flea market. I went to my local flea market, and I found a woman who was selling NES games. And amongst her basic Mario and Duck Hunt combination carts and stuff like that, she had a couple of interesting things, such as Rolling Thunder by Tengen, and an unlicensed K-America game, Quattro Sports, or 4 Quattro Sports. And I'm a sucker for unlicensed NES games. Even though this is one of the more common ones to find, the reason I snatched this up is because I flipped it around and looked at the back, and I noticed that the dip switch that's needed in order to play the damn game is still intact. Kids would break these, they would snap off, or the switch would stop working. This one works. It's in great shape. This cost me $1. So I could not pass this up. Unlicensed NES carts, I always snatch them up if I have the money. So, all of this that I just showed you, the grand total for all of it, $25.50. That's all I spent. And people wonder why I laugh at folks that run out and buy one game for $60 when it comes out. $60 for one game? Please. For $25.50, I now have hundreds of hours of enjoyment at my disposal. So, as you can see, I got a lot for very little. And like I keep telling you guys, any gamer should do this. If you have a couple of extra bucks, $20, $30, keep it in your wallet. And if you're driving around and you come across a little weird mom and pop store, flea market, swap meet, anything like that, stop for a couple of minutes and take a look around, because you never know what you'll find. So, that's what I've got for you this week. Until next time, my name is Neil, and I will always love video games. Have a good one.